In Kazan, Russia, the BRICS Summit continues on its second day. So let's see some details from our correspondent Yunus Suner. Hi Yunus, what are the highlights of today?
Good afternoon from the city of Kazan here in the Russian Federation, where the 16th summit of the BRICS alliance is continuing. Today, the day started with a group photo of the leaders who then continued to their first restricted and then expanded meeting. Parts of the meeting were open to the public, where the public, the global opinion, the global public could listen to their speeches. The introductory speech was held by the Russian President Vladimir Putin, of course, as the President per tempore, who mentioned the outlines, the strategy of Russia in the presidency and acknowledged that they achieved 85% of the goals they had set in the beginning of the presidency. He underlined that the BRICS alliance forms the future of humanity, and also emphasized, proposed that there is a huge number of countries who would like to join the alliance, that the alliance cannot neglect that interest. At the same time, it needs to strike a balance with the BRICS effectiveness. Thus, it needs to find the modus how to define which countries can enter the alliance, the proposal of the Russian President Vladimir Putin should be included in the final declaration of the summit. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi also spoke about this expansion topic, and he said that he observed great efficiency of BRICS integrating the new members, which have taken part in this session the first time with their presidents, that is Iran, United Arab Emirates, Ethiopia and Egypt were all present in the session. Other topics in the discussion were presented by the Chinese president, for instance, who demanded that in Ukraine there should not be a further escalation. Xi Jinping, the Chinese president, remembered that China and Brazil had initiated a process to find a diplomatic solution, but she also emphasized the concept of indivisible security. That is, all agreements need to take in account Russia's need for security. That means Russia's need for security from NATO expansion. Of course, this is how it's meant here in Russia and how it's understood in Beijing as well. Further topics were, as already before the summit were announced, the trade in national currencies, which was urged by the Brazilian President Lula, who connected himself from Brazil via Zoom because he had an injury, and also supported by the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who proposed that India already had a cross-border payment system that others might consider to use. The Russian president, of course, also underlined the need for using national currencies and cross-border payment systems, which was also applauded by Dilma Rousseff, the chairwoman of the New Development Bank, the bank that is connected to BRICS. That bank was another focus. Here, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced that there will be a new investment platform within the NDB. That means the NDB will provide further funds for developmental investment, and he was applauded by other representatives from Africa, from South Africa, who said that NDB was actually a reaction to the failure of the Bretton Woods system of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, the Western-dominated financial institutions. So this is another topic. And an additional one was the issue of artificial intelligence. Here, Russian President Vladimir Putin proposed a BRICS alliance for artificial intelligence to prevent its use in illegal ways. This is a diplomatic reference, of course, to the use of this technology both in Ukraine but also in Palestine by Western forces against civilian population. And he was supported by Chinese President Xi Jinping, who used the formula that we need a revolution in the understanding of productive forces, and proposed to share technology, to share the science of artificial intelligence. This was another important issue. After the leaders, the different sections of the BRICS alliance, BRICS Council, BRICS Business Council Club, and the BRICS Women Representation, among others, BRICS Regional Cities Association, they all presented their reports, as well as did Dilma Rousseff, their yearly reports of activities, also in preparation for the next year's presidency by Brazil. And today the summit will continue. Meanwhile, the leaders have several bilateral meetings with each other. For instance, the Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has arrived. He will meet here Russian President Vladimir Putin, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Ukrainian President Lukashenko, among others, and the President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, will also keep on having bilateral contact. So it's also a good opportunity for the leaders to meet up personally and to exchange their views on different bilateral and global matters. This is going to continue tonight with a ceremony, an official ceremony, and tomorrow, on the third day of the summit, will be the part BRICS Plus, where the countries will come to talk who would like to join or would like to have a partner status in the alliance.
Thank you, Yunus, for all the details. We will contact you again soon. We were with Yunus Sunar, a special envoy in Kazan, Russia, where the BRICS Summit continued on its second day.